So, we had the Mavs against the Grizzlies. And actually, not really very, but an important matchup for sure in this Western Conference, which most of these games between Western Conference teams are. And Kyrie was off to a hot start as he had 20 in this first half. Dillon Brooks explodes to the rim, dunks on Maxi Kleber, and you know he was gonna taunt somebody, and he got a T, and he's gonna be suspended, because, well, that's what Dillon Brooks does. And, yeah. Christian Wood continues his better play. He dunks pretty well here. And Desmond Bane falls down here. Kyrie just, pushes the pace, gets the easy layup as the Mavs got off to a great lead, 16 points here. And it felt like the Grizzlies just didn't have enough offense. But Jason Kidd said, "Don't worry, Memphis, I got you." As, well, Santi Aldama went on a 9-0 run himself, I'm pretty sure. Or it was a 7-0 run, but he scored probably 9 straight, I'm pretty sure. And Jason Kidd just doesn't like timeouts. Jaden Hardy has been pretty good, and against Memphis he's had a really great games actually, which is intriguing to see. Dillon Brooks on the inbounds, they get it. To Jaren Jackson here as he gets the hook shot to go. He has been hooping, which is great to see. I really like his game overall, man. Just wish he didn't play for Memphis, but what can you do, man? And the Mavs just resorted to way too much isolation, man. There were so many bad shots taken by Dallas in this fourth quarter, and as you could see, they couldn't score a field goal pretty much. They didn't score a field goal for the last 6 minutes of this game, and Jaren Jackson finishes them off. Shout out Ja for being back in there, and joyful. Hopefully he actually learned something and some lessons from, well, his absence, and we can move forward without having to diminish his talent and everything. So we'll see how his return comes. It should be Wednesday, I'm pretty sure, against the Rockets, they said, but, well, it should. There is a chance, at least. We'll see if he comes back. Jaren, 28 points. Pretty solid night. Just one block though. Was in foul trouble, but still finished the game off really strong, which was all that mattered in the end. Desmond Bane had a okay-ish game, but turned the ball over way too much, man. Was at the front of that great Mavericks run in that third quarter. Tyus Jones with 16 and 6 continues to just impress in that starting role as always, man. Santi Aldama with 22 and 14 off the bench, man. I mean, yeah, he has been really good for Memphis, and he can shoot it pretty well. He knows his spots on the floor, gets to the free throw line pretty well, can rebound, and is a pretty, not sure if hustle is the right word, but has that Memphis mentality, I would say, right? Not sure if it's grit and grind anymore, but if I would call it grit and grind, but he just fits the mold of a classic Memphis player, I would say, and he has been hooping. Shout out Luka, he has also been really hooping. He doesn't fit the mold of a classic Memphis player, but he has been playing really well, which is great to see. Shout out Luka, man. And we'll see when Ja comes back, as I talked about already. As for the Mavs, I mean, they outdid themselves in a way, right? They got out-rebounded a lot, which makes sense with how, with their length and size. But they didn't turn the ball over that much. And they played really well throughout the first 3 quarters. They just took some really bad shots in that fourth quarter, and it was just due to the system, right? Sometimes you make those ISO shots. Tonight you didn't, and it cost you a game that actually is pretty important, even though the next one will be even better, more important, because it's against the Warriors, who the Mavs are directly competing with for that 6th seed. 6th seed? Oh, pardon me. I'm always silly and goofy like that. And yeah, that game's gonna be, a huge game, which Luka probably will be back for, I at least assume, which makes me think that the Warriors have no chance of winning, but we'll see. And it also, the Mavs-Warriors game also means, whoever wins that game has the tiebreaker in that season series, which will also mean a lot with these standings. What more to say? Kyrie, 28 on 24 shots. Christian Wood, 20 points on 13 shots. But I've enjoyed actually how Christian Wood has overall played throughout these last 2 or 3 games. He has played really well, and some winning basketball actually. Shout out Jaden Hardy. Not much positives elsewhere, though. Not much positives elsewhere. Well, Dwight Powell played only 12 minutes, which is actually a positive, I would say.